Hola, bonjour, comment ça va, dobre utra cocktaila. How the hell have you guys been all summer? I know, man, I've been busy doing stuff. Hopefully you guys had an amazing summer and you've been jamming some guitar, squeezing that in there. I did join a new band I joined them back in June. I think my first gig was sometime in July. I cannot recall. It might be the end of August. I don't recall. But I've been with them for a few months now. It's a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun jamming again. I haven't been in a band situation in probably prior to this one. It's been a good six to 7 years, somewhere in there, that I was jamming in a steady band all the time. So this is a lot of fun getting back out there and just trying to rip those strings apart every time I play. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. Anyway, let's take a listen to the riff that we will be doing. Welcome back. So I missed you guys, man. I missed you guys. And another thing I like to do here, I don't do edits. I refuse to do that. To me, it's just so it's constantly breaking it. To me, it disengages you from the listener. I feel like when I'm watching a video and I see all these 1,000 edits, it's just like it kind of tears me away from that personable feeling, you know? So anyways, I'm just going to go through this. I wing it, and that's all there is to it. So let me play the riff real quick, and I'll break it down for you. Cool. Guys, that should be super easy, and I'll show you some little fun stuff you can do over the top. And of course, at the end, by the end, I will show you what scale to use over there, you know, so you can kind of jam over the top, because the goal in some of these things are to play the riff, record yourself doing it. Once you get it down, record yourself, try to do it to a click track, because if you're recording, a lot of you guys might know this already, but when you record to a click track, you play it twice, the exact same rhythm. So what I just played, you do that twice, and you record yourself in two separate tracks. And then what you do is you pan one left and you pan one right, and then you get that fat sound in there, you know. So, and then you do that, and then you jam over the top, you jam your scales, and you just put that on a loop. That's why you want to do it to a click track. This way, when you loop it, it loops it exactly in time. So it just sounds like an ongoing riff that someone's there jamming for you, and you did it yourself, and it just gives you something to jam over the top of. But anyway, so I like to start this riff. First of all, before I forget, this is a half step down drop D. So all the strings, the A, D, G, B, and E are A flat, D flat, G flat. Oh, sorry, A flat, D flat. Yeah, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, and E flat, except for the top string is a low. And it matches that D, which is also, so it makes this one a D flat, which enables you to play a chord flat rather than, you know, so when you're on the top strings. Anyways, let's tune you really quick here. So we have, this might be slightly out. I've been beating the crap out of it. These strings need to be changed, but second string down. Third string down. I'm going to leave it right there because you were only using those top 3. So instead of wasting all the time tuning the rest, we'll go right there. And you can figure that out anyway. All right, so I like to start with a little slide. And then the open top 2 strings. So I'm doing it extra slow. I think up on this, I have the metronome set to 120. So that's a click there. Do it at whatever pace you can and then speed it up and make these yours, you know, kind of embrace that riff and then just kind of chew it up and do whatever you want with it. But anyways, so we have the slide coming into it. So there, the first 2 notes that I hit, the top 2 strings, it's open. And then I immediately, pay attention to that right hand, I immediately go to that, I mute to get that chug. And every time I strike a chord, so I'm going from open, and when I strike the chord, that's also open. So I'm constantly doing this with my palm. So every time I accent a chord, it's wide open and then tight again. You know, again, you guys can do it any way you want, but to me, it's just cleaner that way, a lot tighter, rather than just playing it wide open like this. To me, that just sounds really sloppy, and you can do that if you want, but I recommend getting that involved. And this way, your 2 hands are working together. So the riff goes from open, top 2, okay, to chugging the top 2, to the 3rd fret, top 2, 5th fret, and then right to there, and then you're going to go to the 6th. Wait, let me think what it is. I did do it right. I tend to forget my own riffs. So anyways, you have this, which is you're going up from 3, 5, and then when you get to that 6, you're going to go 6, 5, 3, 5, and then you start the riff over again. So that second part of that riff, we're going to break this down into 4s, right? That second part of that riff, I went up just like I did the first time. The first 2 notes that I hit, the first 2 chords are actually the top 2 strings together. And then what I like to do on that last note right there, instead of playing the 2 together, which you can if you want, that's totally up to you. But I like to give it a little attitude and just give it a small little, I play just the 1 note. You could do both and still give a vibrato, but I do just the 1 note, just like this. And I kind of just fit that in there. So the 2 parts will be like this. And it just gives it a little dirt, you know? And then the 3rd part is just like the first one. And then, so you have those 3. The last one, it changes timing and everything. You're going to rush it. Right? And then you go into it. So those are notes, and you're going to get up to, so the last part is the open top 2. They're all, you're playing the 2 strings together, so you're chording that. So you're going to go open, 3, 5, right? Then you're going to go 6 on the top string to the 5th fret on the 2nd string, back to the 6, to the 5, to the 3. So let me play that riff for you. right? So you have, and I like to chug that right there at the end. So you have, those are loud, right? All right, so let me play it really slow for you. Just that fourth piece of that. And I accidentally hit a slight harmonic there, which is something you could do. You can, whatever you want to do. Again, I'm going to play that last little piece really slow for you, and then I'm going to go through the whole thing really as slow as I can. Right? Notice, use your ear, okay? Use your ear and what I'm doing and where I'm muting stuff, because that's really defines your playing a lot, is when you're incorporating that right hand back and forth, back and forth. I just do it kind of naturally. I've been doing it forever, so it just comes to me. I just play without thinking. I just kind of go and improv, and I do whatever my hand wants to do, and I hope for the best. So anyway, let me play the riff really slow for you, okay? It sounds really dirty, slow like that. I think the actual speed is kind of... Anyways, so hopefully you guys get that. Have some fun with it, man. I'm going to get around to doing some more Two-String Tuesdays. This stuff comes really quick to me when I'm thinking of just doing a simple little riff for you guys. It usually pops right in there, and I can come up with something quick. It's just a matter of I can record it. That usually goes down fairly well. And then it's just a matter of getting the time to do this part right here, to do the lesson. Because a lot of times what happens with me, I'll play the riff and I can come up with something just like that. But then for me to be able to break it down, even though it's simple, to break it down for you guys and put it into layman's terms, sometimes that's a little difficult. But anyways, the scale that we're going to be using over that is a D pentatonic. We'll do, I'm going to tell you the notes here. So we have that right there. I'm going to give you a pattern. Here we go. So you're going to go, I'm on the second string, and the reason why I'm starting there is because my low string is a D. So that's part of that D pentatonic. You can do, it's kind of a bluesy-ish riff. I like to play them a little dirty. So anyways, we have the 5th fret. We're going to go from 5 right here to 10. The 3rd string down is going to be 5 to, oh, sorry, I told you guys 10. That is, what is that? That's 8. I am so sorry. I'm way ahead of myself because there is a, you can actually bring it up. You can bring it there, but so we have 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7. Then we're going to go 6, 8, and then 5, 8 again. So really slow. 5, 8. 5, 7, 5, 7, 6, 8, 5, 8. I will play it very slow. Write those numbers down. That would help you. You can just put it down there and then kind of play along. So Here's the scale right here. So, and in some of those, well, I also will throw, I'll go down to the 3 there, so you can go, you know, so you can hammer on to that. That's just going from the C to the D. You know, mix it up. Use those scales and learn that all the way up. So the patterns will change, but anyway, that's a scale pattern that you can use over the top of that riff that I gave you. And hang out to the end. And please, if you made it this far, hit that like, that thumbs up, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. If this is going to help you at all, you know, I'm going to come back and try to throw some more cool riffs at you. And if this is the first one you've seen, go back and take a look at some of the others. You might be able to, you know, get some pleasure out of those. But anyway, it was awesome. Always stay to the end too, because I will play as the whole band in those characters. And then I usually play that solo over the top so you can kind of hear what that riff will sound like with all of the, you know, the drums, the bass, all that stuff, the guitars. Anyways, man, I promise I will be back. I'm going to get some more 2 strings at you, and hopefully you guys had an amazing summer, and I'm looking forward to doing this again. And have an amazing day. All right, I'm not going to lie. One edit, that was it. It was only at the end because I forgot all of the exiting words that I like to use. Anyways, you can and you will always remember those words. Figure it out. And das vidania. Adios amigos. Bon journey. Later.